We are on page 209 in your Bridges book, and we are going to work on creating and graphing two different lines on one graph. So we are working with short and tall towers. The first thing we need to do is take a look at each arrangement and then record the number of cubes it takes to build each arrangement. However, you're noticing that arrangement 4 and arrangement 5 don't have any arrangements built, so we're going to have to draw those in this time. So for arrangement 1, you can see there's 1 cube. In arrangement 2, that 1 cube is in the middle there, and then it has put a cube on every single side of it. So now we take the 1 and we're adding the 5 to it, the 4 from each side, and then the top one, so it makes a total of 6 cubes. In arrangement 3, it's got those 6 cubes, and then it's adding 1 to each side again, so it's adding a total of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 from arrangement 2, so now we've got 11. And then in arrangement 4, it's going to be kind of tricky to do it with my pen here, but you're going to start with arrangement 3, so you're going to have 2 squares on each side, and then 2 going up in the middle with including that already one in the middle, and then you're going to add a third one onto each side. So over on this side, you're going to have 3, and then in front, I'm coming out this way, you'll have your 3, and then the side, you'll have those 3. In the back, you'll have 3, and then 1 in the middle, and then you'll have 3 going up this way. So there's your 1. So adding 5 more to that arrangement would make that 16. And then once again with your arrangement 5, now instead of 3 on each side, you're going to have 4 on the left side, 4 in the front, 4 on the right side, 4 in the back. So what it's doing is just adding 1 block to each of those sides. You've got your 1 in the middle here, and then you've got your 4 high. I know it doesn't look like theirs, but I tried my best. So if you're adding 5 on each side from arrangement 4, your total is going to be 21 cubes for that arrangement. So on number 2, we want to now make ordered pairs using our arrangement number as the x and the number of cubes it takes to build it as the y. So for arrangement 1, our ordered pair is going to be 1, 1. For arrangement 2, the x is the 2, and then the y is the 6. For arrangement 3, we're going to go 3, 11 for the y. For arrangement 4, 4, 16. And then for arrangement 5, 5, 21. I do want to just show you this really quick. The number of cubes for each arrangement, you're adding 5 each time. So I'm going to guess that when I make my graph, the points will become a straight line because what I'm adding each time is constant. 5 is being added to each arrangement each time to make the next number. So for number 3, we've now got our tall tower sequences because this time instead of starting with 1 block, we're going to start with 2 blocks. So we want to go ahead and first name the number of blocks it's going to take to build each arrangement. So in arrangement 1, we're going to start with 2 blocks. And then arrangement 2, you've got your 2 blocks in the middle here, and then it's adding 1 on each side again. So if you add 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus this one, that's going to be adding 5. So it's going to take a total number of 7. Arrangement 3, once again, it's just going to add 1 on each side. So you're adding 5 from arrangement 2. So now it's going to take 12 blocks. In arrangement 4, it's asking you to draw it again. So you should have 3 on this side, 3 in the front, 3 on the right side, 3 in the back. And then instead of being 3 on top, you've got your 1 in the middle, and you're going to have 4 on top because we started with 2. So all of these are going to be 3. However, you only added 1 to each side, so you added 5 more blocks from arrangement 3 to make arrangement 4. So that's going to be a total of 17. And then arrangement 5, you can probably guess how it's going to look. You're going to have 4 on each of these sides. And if you add 1 to the top, it's going to be 5. So once again, you're just adding 5 more blocks because you're adding 1 to each part of it. So adding 5 from arrangement 4, that's going to make it 22 blocks. Now if we make our ordered pairs, arrangement 1 is going to be the X, and then 2 is going to be the Y. Arrangement 2 will be the X, and then 7 will be the Y. 3, 12, 4, 17, and last 5, 22. Now I want you to just take a look at our sequence again. Once again, from arrangement 1 to arrangement 2, you're only adding 5 blocks. 2 to 3, you're adding your 5 blocks again. 3 to 4, 5, and then from 4 to 5, you're going to add 5 blocks. So once again, the value that you're adding to the Y is staying constant. So this should give you a hint that your line that you're going to graph is going to be a straight line. So let's go ahead and see on the next page what our ordered pairs look like when we graph them. I want you to think, if we're adding 5 to both of the cubes, do you think maybe they'll make the same straight line, or are they going to be different lines? So think about that as we turn the page to page 210. All right, so you're going to want 2 colors in order to graph your short and tall towers. So I'm going to make my short towers blue. And I'm going to have to flip back and forth to page 210 or 209 to be able to graph on 210. So for the short towers, the first ordered pair was 1, 1. So I'm going to go over 1 and I'm going to go up 1, and that's not right on the line, it's going to be in between. So I'm going to make a dot there. And then my next arrangement was 2, 6. So I'm going to go over 2, up to the 6. If you flip back and look, your third arrangement was 3, 11, and that's going to go in between the 10 and the 12. The next arrangement was 4, 16. And then the last arrangement was 5, 21. And if you take a look at this line, it is a straight line because it was constant. Now let's grab our next color for our tall towers, and I'll use green. And we're going to graph our tall tower arrangement. So the first ordered pair for the tall tower was 1, 2. So I'm going to go over 1 and up 2. And so right away you can kind of see that they're not going to be the same line because the first ordered pair, 1, 2, is different than the last one, which is 1, 1. So let's go over to 2, 7. The next one will be 3, 12. The next ordered pair is 4, 17. And then the last one is 5, 22. And you can see each of our lines for the tall towers, our dots, are just one above the blue. So I want you to think about why it's just one above the blue, but you also know that it makes a straight line, so that was constant also. Now we're going to go to number 6. Compare the graphs for the 2 cube sequences. How are they similar? How are they different? And then we're going to describe the relationships we see between the patterns in the short and the tall tower. So I would say for this one, each sequence, I'm going to go to a different color. increases by 5, my space bar isn't working again. Each increases by 5 in each new arrangement, which makes it constant. There we go, I can spell. The first arrangement in short towers starts at 1, but tall towers starts at 2. Every arrangement in the tall tower, every arrangement in the tall towers is always one more black than the short towers. And I want you to go ahead and think to yourself about some other ways these are similar and different, and you can go ahead and write them down. And hopefully this will help you with your work today with your assignment, which is the tile pools. You're going to notice that the two different lines won't be the exact same line, but I want you to think to yourself if they're constant, if they're not constant, and why. Good luck.